Whare Maori. Where were timber frames lashed with flax and set on earth floors. Walls used packed Raupo reeds or woven flax mats, and a steep thatched roof kept out rain. Doorways stayed low to save warmth. In carved meeting houses, the ridge beam stood for an ancestor's spine, and the uprights for ribs, turning the building itself into a lesson in genealogy. Homes, classrooms, and storehouses grouped around the marae gave shape to community life. Mission. From the 1820s, Anglican and Wesleyan builders followed Georgian patterns. A rectangular plan, central hallway, sash windows, and a hipped roof. Local kauri boards replaced brick, and deep verandas shaded sunny Northland walls. The Kerikeri Mission House of 1822 survives as the oldest timber dwelling in Aotearoa. Its neat symmetry and central chimney became a model for early farm homesteads, schools, and parsonages across the growing colony. Raupo Cottage. As timber was scarce in the 1840s, many settlers raised quick huts of raupo or cob. A light frame was stuffed with dried raupo reeds or plastered in clay mixed with straw cob, while roofs were thatched or shingled. Interiors kept an earth floor and open hearth. Light seeped in through a single small window. Though intended as stopgaps, a handful of cottages in the Bay of Islands and Southland still stand, showing the ingenuity of frontier life. Gold Rush. Otago's gold fever of the 1860s led miners to build snug cottages from local schist. Flat blocks, laid dry or with lime mortar, formed thick heat-holding walls. Roofs began as sod or timber shingle and later shifted to corrugated iron. Narrow north windows caught sun, while lean-to kitchens or washhouses appeared when claims paid out. Rows in Arrowtown and Clyde reveal how stone, iron, and thrift met the tough alpine climate. Villa. From 1880 to 1910, the villa reigned in suburbia. A balloon-framed structure sat on brick piles and wore rusticated weatherboards. A straight hall split the plan. Bay windows and high ceilings drew light and air. Wide verandas trimmed with cast-iron lace eased summer heat. Mass-produced joinery, corrugated iron, and rail transport kept prices low, spreading neat picket-fenced streets of villas from Auckland to Invercargill. Terrace. Where city land cost more, builders joined narrow villas side by side to form terraces only a few meters wide. Shared party walls saved timber, yet each unit kept its filigree veranda and front door. Rear yards shrank to tiny service courts. Dunedin's Stewart Street and Wellington's Thorndon still show these corrugated-framed corrugated roof rows that offered early medium-density living while preserving a hint of Victorian flourish. Bungalow. American pattern books arriving after 1915 made the California bungalow a middle-class favorite. Low-pitched roofs with generous eaves sat over deep porches on tapered piers. Rough-cast gables, shingle bands, and grouped windows stressed a horizontal line. Inside, open living dining rooms and built-in Rimu cupboards suited relaxed family life. By 1930, bungalows mingled with older villas in nearly every town. Railway. Between 1923 and 1929, the Railways Department prefabricated standard 5-room cottages for staff. Frames were cut in Frankton, shipped by train, and bolted together in days. Weatherboard walls, hip or gable roofs, and sash windows defined the look, while mirrored floor plans avoided monotony. The program spread reliable housing along the rails and foreshadowed later state building schemes. Art Deco. After the Hawke's Bay quake of 1931, homes in Napier and Hastings rose in reinforced concrete with smooth stucco walls, flat or low-tiled roofs, and modest sunbursts, zigzags or arch motifs. Curved verandas, steel-framed corner windows, and decorative vents signaled optimism in modern engineering. Today, the region hosts one of the largest domestic Art Deco collections in the world. State House. From 1937, the first labor government erected tens of thousands of three-bedroom houses, timber weatherboard or brick veneer walls, 30-degree hipped roofs, coal ranges, separate laundries, and broad windows met strict health goals. Set on quarter-acre lots for vegetable gardens, the homes varied only in cladding or porch detail. They still anchor many suburbs and symbolize state commitment to decent living standards. Brick and tile. Post-war prosperity and cars shaped the 1950s cream or red brick veneer house with low concrete tile roof and wide eaves. Picture windows framed TV lounges and front-facing garages advertised mobility. Fast timber framing and uniform plans filled new motorway suburbs. Weekend do-it-yourself projects and clipped lawns became hallmarks of this hopeful era of private suburb living. Modernist. From the late 1950s, architects such as Miles Warren, Ian Athfield, and John Scott embraced modernism. Open plans merged with gardens through clerestory glass and courtyard decks. Honest materials like fair-face concrete block, rough-sawn cedar and plate glass were left exposed. At the same time, state flats such as Wellington's Dixon Street use concrete frames and ribbon windows to place compact apartments near work and shops. Lockwood. Founded in 1951, Lockwood created walls of solid radiata pine boards that slot together and are held by aluminium rods, needing no nails. The system flexes in earthquakes and leaves a warm timber interior finish. First sold as lakeside cabins, it soon included full family houses with large panes of glass and later triple glazing. Prefabricated kits allow quick assembly even on remote rural sites. Pole house. From the late 1960s, steep bush and coastal sections prompted pole houses. Long treated pine piles are driven deep into the ground, lifting floors clear of roots, slips, and floods. Lightweight decks step naturally with the slope, minimizing earthworks and capturing views, while relying on straightforward timber construction. Split level. House catalogs of the 1970s promoted split-level plans that followed gentle slopes. Short stairs set living areas half a story above bedrooms, creating variety without full two-story height. Exposed, laminated beams, raked ceilings, and interior brick features echoed design magazines, while conversation pits offered cozy gathering spots. Rising heating costs and new fashions ended the trend by the mid-1980s. Earth-built. Environmental concern in the 1970s revived rammed earth, adobe, and straw bale methods. Walls up to 45 centimeters thick supply thermal mass, sound control, and fire resistance, while lime renders let moisture breathe. Builders refine detailing to meet earthquake and insulation rules. Around 800 consented earth houses now dot rural districts, blending raw materials, low energy demand, and natural landscapes. Townhouse. Rapid population growth in the 1990s replaced single houses with 2- and 3-story townhouses on narrow lots. Shared walls, small courtyards, and proximity to bus routes boosted density, while brick veneer McMansions on city fringes offered large floor areas and double garages. Together, these forms shifted expectations toward both higher density and bigger private living spaces. Passive. Certified passive houses began appearing after 2012. Super-insulated, airtight shells, thermally broken frames, and heat recovery ventilation cut heating demand by up to 90%. Kainga Ora now applies similar targets to mid-rise timber or precast apartments that add density on existing sites. Early monitoring shows warmer, drier interiors and markedly lower energy bills for occupants. Future build. High land costs and climate goals drive new methods. Trailer-mounted tiny homes under 30 square meters skirt land prices but still meet code. Factory-made modular units crane into place within hours, halving on-site waste. Experimental three-dimensional printing lays concrete shells directly, and hempcrete or cross-laminated timber trim embedded carbon. All point toward faster, lighter, and more flexible housing solutions ahead. Thanks for watching this video. Did I miss a style? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.